My name's Joe Delaney. I'm a resident on Barrington Walk, which is part of the Lancaster West Estate. It's one of the 3 walkway blocks which is physically attached to Grenfell Tower. So yeah, it was pretty much ground zero. I just think it was the scale of the disaster. You know, no one really thought that it would be this big. And, you know, the loss of life would be on the scale that we've seen. You know, at least 72 people dead, hundreds more injured, hundreds more displaced. You know, a community basically torn asunder. There's mixed opinions on the future of the tower. You know, a lot of people say there should be a memorial garden there. I personally don't think that should be the case, because one of the issues that led to the cladding of that building was that it's quite near one of K&C's conservation areas, and lots of the residents in those areas objected to this unsightly tower being there. So why should we now get rid of the tower and give them a nice garden instead? This is an area that already has a chronic shortage of social housing. I think there needs to be a constant reminder that this is an area for people to live in first and foremost. You know, a home should be just that, a home. It shouldn't be a source of income or a pension or anything else to people. And that's a big problem in this country already, that's how houses are seen as commodities rather than the homes, which they are. And that was one of the reasons that led to this tragedy. I'd say it's probably been the last 20 years that you've seen the most dramatic changes in this area. And weirdly, I would say the watershed moment around here was the release of the film Notting Hill, because it was sort of at that point you did realise it's like, wow, people look at this area a lot differently than we do. You could see things changing dramatically. I mean, whole areas gentrified virtually overnight. You know, the people that made this the area that it is are the ones who are being squeezed out. And it's that sort of, it's that disregard for, you know, the heart and character of the area that seems to happen when an area is rapidly gentrified, you know, and that the social makeup of an area changes so quickly. Those who come in don't have the sort of societal or communal memory that those who've lived around here have had, you know, and so then something gets lost, you know, and an area loses its soul. I think justice is when, you know, you feel that people have been called to account and, you know, pay a price if necessary for the decisions that they have taken. You know, even if your intentions were good, if the effects of your decision were bad, I still think that people need to pay the price. And this is what a lot of the, you know, staff at the council and politicians at the council don't seem to get. You know, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. And believe me, you know, they laid a 4-lane motorway to hell with a lot of the decisions that were taken in relation to this tower. And so I think that that's what justice would look like for me, to actually see people punished and held accountable for the decisions that they have taken, which have caused so much suffering and neglect and death in cases, rather than, you know, seeing people get away with it, you know, or the usual phrase, lessons have been learned. Well, you know, one of the ways that you learn a lesson is by paying the price. And I'd like to see a lot of people pay the price. You know, that price is different depending on who they are, but a price exists for everyone nonetheless. And that's what justice would look like for me.